Rapture over Rome, Part 2. A slight change of plan. Not 3 parts and videos of this dream, but at least 4 parts. The reason for this is that in the last recent days, I have been placing more and more Bible scripture sources to this dream. There are also commentaries along with personal matters in order to have the dream more understandable for the viewer. Rapture over Rome. I saw myself walking on a street in Rome. The name of this street is Via del Corso, which is one of the main street arteries that takes one to the center of Rome, the mayor's building, and then to the Colosseum. I was not going to the mayor's building, but just walking on the street. I saw myself greatly changed, older, than at the time I was having this dream, which was early 2000-2003, somewhere between those years. I was dressed in a black suit that looked like a black long-sleeved shirt with black pants, which was an odd fashion for me, because though I had black shirts and black jeans at the time I had this dream, black was not my favorite color. Today instead, almost all my dressing is black. And in the dream it seemed as if that was my usual way of dressing, completely in black. At the time I had this dream, my dressing was black, but not as black as in that dream. As if major changes happened that were affecting my life and how I was relating with the world around me. The black of my clothing color has no political motive and does not have any religious motive. It is myself as I see myself relating with God. But what I saw myself in that dream was a black as that of a funeral black clothing, and I had a black hat, something I never wear and never did wear in my life. Though fascinated by wearing a hat, I never had one, nor wore one. Maybe this detail of me wearing a hat is still future. I was walking, but in a fast pace, as if I was hurrying to go somewhere, and had a sad expression on my face, as if I was very worried about something. The manner by which I was walking was strange, with my back kneeling forward as if I did not have a stiff back, but suffered from back pain. Now in 2006, around 3 years after this dream, I started to have back pain. The RX showed multiple arthrosis of most of my vertebrae. Today I suffer of back pain almost every day, but in this dream it seemed as if the problem had worsened very much in seeing myself kneeling forward in walking as if my back was not straight and my walking was that of a crooked waving on one side as if my back was crooked, and in order not to feel the pain, I bended towards my left side. Some months ago, another problem emerged with my back. My right shoulder became of overworking my right arm. My right shoulder, because of overworking my right arm, has nerve tissues strained. And there is a chronic inflammatory process that is affecting both my right shoulder and the right arm to my right hand. Though I am still walking straight, when I sit down, as in when I am with my personal computer, I bend on my left side, so not to feel the pain on my right side. This would mean that by how I am today, this rapture is not far in the future, maybe less than 10 years from now, and how this problem I have with my back and shoulder is evolving. Now back to my dream. I was walking in a fast pace as if I was hurrying to go somewhere, and had a sad expression on my face as if I was very worried about something. Not just a worried look, but the look of someone that was expecting something very bad to happen, as if I was sensing that something terrible was about to happen. A sort of premonition, a sort of feeling inside of me that was becoming stronger, the feeling one has when a panic attack is about to happen. At that point, I stopped seeing myself and became myself as witness of what was about to happen. Now, in my dreams I had back then, I am both myself in my dream, or I see myself as witness of myself and the dream. Back to my dream. Everything around me was normal. The sky was light blue and sunny with no clouds. It was a lovely day, people walking, but no shopping. A usual working morning and day. Now if it were a Sunday or a religious holiday or national holiday, I don't know. I sensed that it was any work day from Monday to Saturday, but the presence of children in a plaza nearby could reveal it as a holiday or a Sunday. But let's say that the day of the week is uncertain. The stores were mostly closed, which is very strange, because at the time I had this dream, all stores were open, and Via del Corso is one of the busiest, most shopping streets in Rome that is opened even on Sundays and holidays. But in 2009, the world economic crisis hit Italy, and hit it bad, and still is creating disaster in our economy. Lots of stores shut down in those years. Some reopened, others did not. My country, since the last world economic crisis, never recovered fully, and now with the corona pandemic, a total economic shutdown could be in the near future. Rome has closed many businesses today, and today you see many stores closed, out of business, both because of economic difficulties and mostly today because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced almost everyone to stay at home. 2 years ago, at the time I wrote this dream on my Facebook page as a private post, it was predicted by top economists that if things did not change by 2023, Italy would go into economic collapse. This, of course, without the corona pandemic. They closed down many businesses. And though I have not visited the city much recently, I was told by a colleague of mine that Via del Corso has most of its stores closed, out of business, or shut down for good because of the COVID-19 pandemic that is causing disaster to the economy. In my dream, I saw many stores on the street that were closed, as if permanently closed. Back to my dream. Walking on Via del Corso, I also noticed something even more strange. Turning my head to look behind, I saw buses on a plaza named Via del Popolo, And this was strange because at the time of this dream, there were no buses in this plaza. Cars and any means of transport, both public and private, was not allowed unless they were police cars or ambulances. But since 2018, buses go in and out, and even though limited by special permits, private transportation, as in private cars, can enter the plaza. But what caught my attention in this dream was not just the buses, but the buses filled with people all crammed inside, as if the buses you see in some third world nations where there are not enough buses traveling, and one, in order to get on a bus, has to almost fight with someone in order to find a seat or even room to fit inside. There were people holding on to the bus outside of the bus, hanging on anything in order to travel, as if the public transport was that of a third world nation. Everything around me had an impoverished look, as if mass poverty was everywhere. The people dressed was old and had a used look, as if hardly anyone was buying new clothes to wear, which is odd because Italians love fashion and continuously buy new clothing according to the latest fashion. In my dream, I saw men's hair was not combed and women the same, as if one did not pay much attention in how one appears. Today in Rome, I am starting to see people dressed bad and combed hair in disorder. The city is becoming poor, unemployment rising. Back to my dream. Then, while looking towards the Piazza del Popolo, I saw something even more stranger. A bus which looked like a school bus, with children between the age of 7 and 15, dressed in the Chinese dress of school children, with a white shirt and black pants and skirts and a black tie, as if our school system became Chinese. But then even fascist Rome of the 1930s had children going to school dressed in a similar manner. A future where Italy is governed by China? Or was it what I saw was Italy governed by Nazi fascist regime? Or maybe that those children dressed in a Chinese type school children type clothing would mean an impoverished Italy caused by something that came from China. Another dream I had some time before, on the aftermath of World War III, had Europe under a fascist Nazi dictatorship, puppet to a China having become the #1 world power, and through its anti-religious and atheist laws had banned religion, outlawing it all across the world. This other dream of World War III, I have decided never to post publicly because too disturbing, much more disturbing than this dream which you will hear, especially in part 3. Today, because of our bad economy, worsened also by the uncontrollable illegal immigration and widespread corruption of our political class, added with the COVID-19 pandemic, has something like almost 40% of its people willing to give the nation over to extreme right political parties. Back to my dream. That worried look I had while walking increased. I started to feel scared. I had the sense that something terrible was about to happen, as if I was fearing for my life. All of a sudden, from the sky, a blast-type noise, as if something exploded in the sky. The sound was around a minute long or less, and at first it sounded like a very powerful lightning. Then following the lightning sound, an explosion as if an A-bomb had exploded in the sky. Following that explosion sound, what sounded like a trumpet-like sound, as if it came from a trumpet the size of a mountain. Everything stopped in Rome. People, cars, motorcycles, bicycles, buses, trains, every form of transport, both public and private, with everyone looking up to the sky. I saw a woman scream, saying the words, "The war has re-began." Re-began. Not began, but re-began. As if there had been a war, and now it has restarted. Another man screamed, saying the words, "Oh my God, it's an A-bomb." A war that re-began with nuclear bombing of Rome? Why would someone in hearing an explosion type sound would immediately believe it an A-bomb? Was there a war sometime before where A-bombs were used? Back to my dream. I, in the meantime, stopped walking, and I too, with everyone, stared up at the sky, in order to search the sky as everyone else did, in order to seek the origin of that noise that was so loud that it could have shattered the eardrums of a man, leaving anyone permanently deaf. And it did left everyone deaf, but not permanently. From this point, a voice became present, a voice from behind me. The voice told me that the sound of that noise could have damaged permanently the ears of anyone, but no one on that day would suffer from permanent ear loss. Temporary ear loss, but no permanent damage. The sky looked normal as before, all sunny without clouds. And everyone watching the sky, searching the sky, of where that loud blast like lightning, an explosion like sound, with an aftertone of a trumpet, wondering from where that blast of noise came from. Then out of nowhere, a cloud appeared in the middle of the sky, suddenly appearing as in an instant, that became bigger every second passing. A big fluffy type cloud, all white, but with its bottom straight as that of a line. Then I saw that in the middle of it, in its center, there was motion, in its mist-type consistency. Then all at once, it opened in its center, revealing what appeared as another sky above it, a different sky, dark blue, that became light blue, far up in its sky, very beautiful, as if it were an alien sky seen from another planet. I saw heavenly bodies of what looked like spheres as planets, with streaks of white, as that of rings around these planets, and there were moons nearby. It was all very beautiful. The center of that cloud that had opened was as if a door had opened in that cloud to another dimension. I did not see Jesus Christ coming in the clouds of heaven, but I saw what could be the sign of the Son of Man in Matthew chapter 24, verse 30, as that door kind opening in the center of the cloud. Now here I will read a few verses from John chapter 10 KJV. Verse 9, I am the door. By me if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Verse 10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Verse 11, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Back to my dream. Then that center that opened started to get wider and wider. The dark blue with its alien sky disappeared and replaced by the normal earth sky, just the blue of a sunny day. But the cloud became so huge that it covered over all the sky, becoming a donut-shaped cloud, becoming a thick ring that stretched in every direction over the horizon, circling the horizon. Everyone watching this spectacular event appeared as hypnotized, unaffected by anything around them, that in the meantime had stopped. Everyone staring at the cloud in the sky, the whole city staring at that cloud. Then the cloud that had become a ring started to return to its original shape and became as it appeared, just there in the middle of the sky, as when it appeared suddenly. Silence everywhere. Not even a bird singing, not a sound, nor a wind, nor a leaf turning. Everything appeared dead silent. Not the silence of that of a library where people are requested not to talk, so not to disturb others reading or studying, but the silence of that of one alone walking through a cemetery. A strange silence, as if the world was empty of every sound. Here I end part 2. Part 3 will become very disturbing. Thank you.